Hey everyone, welcome to the Canine Culture Podcast, where we talk about everything dog. Q&As with veterinarian professionals, rescue operators, everyday topics. We cover everything dog on this podcast. So make sure you subscribe to the Canine Culture Podcast on your favorite podcast platform, and make sure you're following us on social media on both Instagram and Facebook. Thanks again for listening. Now here's that next episode. Welcome everyone to episode 21 of the Canine Culture Podcast. We have two guests with us today from GoodPup. So will you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Lisa Martin Garlick, and I'm the COO here at GoodPup, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Lisa.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kate Hembry, and I'm the head of training and behavior here at GoodPup, and very excited to be a part of this.
So tell us a little bit about both of you. So we've got the COO and we've got one of the head trainers. So just tell me kind of how you guys both got involved and got started with GoodPup.
Yeah, so GoodPup was founded back in 2017, and our goal there was to kind of make dog training easier for dog owners. And so we did that by mixing a group of dog training professionals and health professionals and tech developers. And we built the app that would allow our donors to connect with certified positive reinforcement dog trainers via video chat, so making it available to everybody. In order to do that, we had to bring in an expert in dog training and behavior, and that's when Kate joined shortly after founding. And she's helped design our curriculum, hire our trainers, manage our trainers, and ensure that GoodPup stays at the forefront of dog training and behavior.
So Kate, how did you get involved? Did you guys already know each other? Did she find you on Instagram? How did that happen?
No, actually, they actually reached out with a request for help to an organization I was working for at the time, part-time. And I just followed up on a whim, kind of wanted to see what this was about and check it out. And before I knew it, she had talked me into doing some training for them live. And then from there, I just became a bigger member of the team, working to build better modules and better things for the trainers as it started to grow.
Okay, that's awesome. And how long have you been a trainer?
I've been training, working with dogs for over 20 years now, and cats.
Oh, that's awesome.
A couple others.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit, for the listeners that don't know, what is GoodPup?
So I can take that one. I kind of mentioned it before, but GoodPup is a dog training service. People can access it via the web, or we have a GoodPup app, which is available in the Apple or iTunes store. App Store, not iTunes. And so what they do is they sign up, they complete an assessment, which lets us know kind of where they're at with their dog, what things they want to work on, what things they already know. And then they're connected. They pick a time and day that works for them. We have trainers available from 9 a.m. to midnight, 7 days a week. So people can find a time that works for them. Again, with the goal of making this so convenient that everyone can do it. During that time, they get a half-hour session with their dog trainer where they work through the program. We meet them where they are. So if they already know potty training, we won't go through it. But if that's what they're struggling with and they want to talk about that, we go through our GoodPup 101 program, which covers the basic behaviors like potty training, crate training, barking, jumping, etc., as well as the basic cues, which are, sit and down and touch and come, etc. Every week, they get a half-hour session with their trainer. And then in between sessions, they're assigned homework, which is fun. It's part of our app experience. It's a little bit like leveled up homework. So every day they can work on their homework and expand on it and add to it, etc. So we try to make it engaging and fun. They also have access to a chat service, a chat room, basically, where they can chat with their trainer or any trainer and ask questions. And our trainers, our clients love the chat. We have answered over 2 million chats in our in our life as a company. They love to chat in when they're having problems, they need support. They love to chat in when they're experiencing successes. And because many of our trainers are also certified veterinary technicians, we can help with basic medical and guidelines as well. So we try to provide a kind of holistic service that provides support for dog owners in their life. So again, to recap, they get that one-on-one training session once a week for 30 minutes. They get access to content and homework in between sessions so they can continue to practice. And then they also get access to the chat feature.
So I have a question on the chat feature. If you haven't signed up yet, or if you're not a client, is that chat feature available like an a la carte? You know, if I just want to chat you guys once or twice to maybe see if this is a good fit for me, or if I have like a one-off training question, is that chat feature available?
No, the chat is part of the subscription service. So it is part of being a client of GoodPup. Our training program does include a free week, so people can, when they sign up, they get a free week. They can use chat during that free week, but they do have to enroll into the GoodPup program in order to get access to chat.
Okay. And then you kind of talked about how you guys are online and you're on an app. So if someone wanted to get started, is the best way to do it just to go online and fill out like a questionnaire?
Yeah, exactly. They can go to goodpup.com or look for GoodPup in the App Store and download it, and they will get walked through the process. So they hit get started, and the assessment will pop up and guide them through the questions. Again, it's what does your pup already know? What are you struggling with? So that your trainer will then have the basic guidelines of kind of what you're looking to do in your training sessions.
All right. So once I'm signed up and I start this assessment, how many questions are in the assessment? And are you doing those live, or are you submitting those and then the trainer's reviewing them and then getting back to you on them?
So, gosh, how many questions are there? There's probably about 5 screens, but
Okay.
in each screen, it would ask questions like, which cues does your dog already know, right? So you would then put in, we have the list of the things that we cover, and you would select what you know. What does your dog exhibit stress when they're away from home, traveling? There's all sorts of questions. Like, gosh, I can't know. I don't know exactly how many, Kate,
Well,
unless
there's
you
also
do.
ones too on where did you get your dog? Did you
Yeah,
get your dog
exactly.
from a breeder's, your dog a rescue, the age of the dog? Those are all things that can help us fit that dog right to the best trainer so that they can get a customized approach to what they're needing.
Exactly. So then to answer your next question, it's not live. You submit your assessment and then book a session. And then your trainer will have those assessment questions to review with you during your session and use that to guide the conversation.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So you kind of touched on this. So the website talks about training for any age, any breed, any background, really. So every trainer then, I guess, builds a custom plan based on the assessment and kind of what you guys talk about in that first session, right?
Yeah, the assessment gives them a guideline. Sorry, Lisa, I was going to jump in.
No, please.
As far as where to get started, of course, that first session, we spend a lot of time getting history, looking at what the long-term goals are of the owner, lifestyle as well, because that's going to influence how we approach things, and then mapping out where they want to go with their training. And we do have, our 101 program, which is kind of all the basics. And the reality is we use those in everything we do. But if we're dealing with specific concerns that an owner may present with, then we may apply additional skills as well that the trainer works with them in conjunction with some of those. So many things overlap. It's just a matter of finding the right resources, tools that we need to help them achieve their long-term goals.
And would you say that all of the trainers who work for GoodPup kind of follow the same theories or processes for training, or do you guys have a little bit of variation?
Nope.
No, it's
In
something that we're
fact,
very
yes.
we're very proud that our program is 100% positive reinforcement based, and our trainers follow that. Kate, if you want to give a little history on positive reinforcement and its kind of place in the ecosystem, that would be great. But that is the methodology that all of our trainers use.
Yeah, it sounds like you're familiar with that. You have dogs of your own, right?
I
And
do.
there's a lot of different styles of dog training out there. Our focus is positive reinforcement, and we really work to use the science behind dog training that's now available for us as far as how to pursue things, how to go about things, whether we're using an operant training approach, which would be our reinforcement positively, and or we're using a more associative training approach, which is getting us into like counter conditioning and some of our emotion-based behaviors. But everything we use has science based behind it. So we're following the research as far as what works best for the dogs and what's going to be best for them and their owners long term to build that bond.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
Kate just touched on that, but I want to say that too. That's a big piece of what we do here is we,
Mhm.
believe that it's important that, especially during training, that you're building a bond with your dog, right? Whether it's a new to you dog or a brand new puppy, it's so important that the owners create a communication and bond with that dog, and positive reinforcement is the best way to do that with training. And that's a big focus of our program.
Yeah, we have been obviously following positive reinforcement training for our youngest rescue. He has taken it so far that now all he wants to do is lay on us and touch us and lick us. And so he went from not being affectionate to so overly affectionate. I'm like, oh, I got to dial this back in. So, I mean, have you guys ever seen that before where positive reinforcement goes so far that your dog is just like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I never want to leave you? Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with some of our rescues that come in that they don't have any idea what training is, that they can even have a choice in what they do, and even better, get something good for it with this great new person who's going to provide it for them. So we have seen some really amazing turnaround situations from some of our rescues. It's been really nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. Our youngest rescue, he was about to be euthanized. He was deemed unadoptable, so we drove 7.5 hours to pick him up, and he's doing great. He is now just a little love bug. He likes to cuddle everyone and snuggle everyone. He even likes to get his nails clipped. He likes to get groomed. He enjoys all the crazy things in life that most dogs hate. So it's been cool to see him like transition through that.
Yeah,
We love
it's
that.
really nice to be able to use that, and really too, just to be able to educate people too on the benefits of it.
Right. So I know the answer to this, but who was Good Pup built for?
Everyone, everyone.
Right.
Yeah. That's a pretty standard answer, but it's absolutely true. We started by building the foundation with the Good Pup 101, right? Which again is the basics. But as we expanded the program and Kate built in the 201 modules, and we started to see dogs that had specific behavior issues like separation distress or leash manners, right? We really, our program has become more and more robust. And so no matter what the issue is, you can come to GoodPup and get customized feedback and plans regarding that. So really it is for everyone. It is a common misconception that people think GoodPup is for puppies. I think it's the pup in the word. But we're very proud of our ability to help all dogs. And that has allowed us to build out our shelter and rescue program. We do partner with shelters and rescues specifically to help them with their rescue dogs. And because we have such a robust program that caters to all types of dogs, ages, breeds, et cetera, issues or behavior issues, we can help everyone. Is that right, Kate?
Oh,
That is correct, and that includes sometimes just getting people headed in the right direction as well.
that's awesome. I didn't know you guys were doing some of the outreaches with rescues and shelters. So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Over 400 now, right, Lisa? As
Oh
partners?
yeah, over 450 shelters work with us, and our mission aligns so nicely with their mission, right? Which is to build that bond and help that dog be successful in their new home. And so it's been a really exciting mission for us to pursue over the last couple years.
Yeah, that's great. I had no idea. That's awesome. One question I meant to ask you guys earlier. So you mentioned that whenever you sign up, you get a 30-minute session once a week. Do you have different tiers where maybe you have a very reactive dog, maybe someone who needs a little more than one session a week? Do you guys have those different like tiered programs?
Not currently officially. The program is designed with a 30-minute session in mind weekly. It is something that we've discussed, and it's on our roadmap to think about ways to offer different tiers. You've kind of hit on a couple of ideas, right? Just some people just might want to chat and not have a session. Some people might want a longer session. There's different ways that we can kind of expand our program and adjust our program. But currently the offering is the 30-minute session plus chat plus the content and homework.
Okay. And then Kate, would you say there's any homework that you like for owners to do before they even come to you? I mean, I know you're going to give them homework, but Is there anything that you really want owners to do before they sign up and they do the assessment?
I would say the one thing I would love for them to do, which is really hard, is to figure out what kind of treat their dog likes best.
That makes sense. Yeah.
For the majority of dogs, right, the reinforcement we use is treats, and we also use praise, and we use pets, and we use them being able to do things they want to do, like play with toys. But treats are a great way to get started, and they're a wonderful motivator for 95% of the dogs we have coming in, and we get people not as prepared as I would love for them to be. And so exploring that option and knowing what their dog likes and already having that ready would be a fantastic way to be ready to get started.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you both being here. So tell us again everywhere that people can find GoodPup on social media and online.
Yeah, of course. So goodpup.com is our website where you can go find out more information. Also sign up if you want to sign up on the website to use GoodPup. You also can go to your app store on Google or your iPhone and look for GoodPup there on the app. We are on Facebook and Instagram as well, so you can certainly find us there under GoodPup or at GoodPup app. So there's plenty of ways to find us. We try to make it super easy for people to sign up. And if anyone is who's listening is also part of a rescue who might be interested in partnering with GoodPup to provide training, you can also go to goodpup.com, and there's a whole page for our shelter and rescue partners that you can explore as well.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Canine Culture Podcast. Please make sure you subscribe to the Canine Culture Podcast on your favorite podcast platform, and make sure you're following us on social media. If you have any recommendations, any topics that you'd like to hear, if you know of any guests that would be good for the show, or if you yourself want to be a guest, please reach out to us. Send us an email at canineculturepodcast@gmail.com, or send us a direct message on social media. Thank you for listening, and please share this with any of your dog-loving friends.